All summer long, we have been doing things to prepare. I'm going to share with you a video today, and I'm going to share with you my heart. So, a lot of the things that you have been seeing on a daily basis of things that we've been doing. Some things we have not yet showed you, but we will be showing you real soon. Make it really clear to you that we are not a political channel, but yet sometimes the lines are crossed between political and homesteading or prepping. Very clear to me the direction that I am going to be continuing to take. After the debate last night, I realized it is such a clear road for me, and I'm going to talk about that. For the most part, people have been very civil on my channel, and I want to thank you guys for that. We're not going to be talking about candidates on my channel. We're not going to have people come on and say this and that. It gets too much into controversy and it gets too much into turmoil on my channel. That's not what my channel's about. You can go to the political channels to do all of that. Anybody who has watched me more than a week will know where I stand and will know my direction in life and the things I talk about. If you are new to my channel and you don't know where I stand, then maybe you would want to go back and watch some of the videos. So here's the thing. Whether you believe in the Bible, whether you believe in tribulation, whether you believe in pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib, it really doesn't make a difference, because if we are ready, we are ready. Now, personally, I believe in mid-tribulation. I believe that we are going to have persecutions and we're going to have troubled times before we are raptured. But all of that is just different people's opinions on things. What has changed my thinking since the debate? We are in more turmoil than I even thought. And for me, I believe in setting my own house in order. My house and my order. Your house and whatever you feel that you're led to do. And your house, your order. So it's one of those things that I can't say, okay, today you're going to do this, 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 and this, because that is not in my place. Somebody said something a long time ago that I really resonated with me. She said, you know, in your kitchen, it's your rules. In other words, you can set the stage of what you allow in your kitchen when it comes to like canning. Some people don't believe in pressure canning. They think you can water can everything, and that is their life. This is how it is for me. And I realize the direction of my channel now more than ever. I had a calling, I felt like I had a calling a couple weeks ago that my channel would be strictly more towards prepping and preparing people in not a way that's condescending or not in a way that's negative, but in a way that's positive, because that's what people need. There are news videos, news channels, or people that talk about conspiracies, which is in their own thread, you know, their own way of doing things, and that is needed for some people. But I felt like God was calling me to be a different type of content, but very important content as well. We started this 13 years ago, basically almost 14 years ago, when we moved here into prepping because of the financial state that we were in. But this summer, we really felt a calling to be even more prepared, to even more live a life that would be more off the grid. We are never going to ever be there. In other words, we will never be able to say, oh, we don't need anybody. And it's not about not needing anybody. So there are a lot of thoughts, and I'm trying to get this out to you that it's easy for you to understand. There are a lot of thoughts out there. Some people say, well, prepping is wrong because in the Bible we're supposed to rely on God. Then some people quote that prepping is good because of Noah and because of all of the things that, there's so many stories in the Bible where it talked about God provided for people, but people had to prep. There's just so many stories. And when it comes down to it, it's like everything else in life, there's got to be a balance. So prepping is amazing, but you don't want to get to the point where you're obsessed with it. On my channel, it shows prepping almost every day because my channel is a teaching channel. I would take my channel now, all of the notes, my channel notes, off YouTube, and I go other places with it to teach you the notes to it, because I want people at the end of the day to take something home with them. When the debate happened, they say there is no winners and there's no losers. One candidate may have won certain areas, one candidate may have won certain areas. But I will say this, I do believe that there is unfairness. I know a little bit about unfairness. With a YouTube channel, I would have a particular type of person who doesn't like me. And what they would do is they would copy and paste and cut out different things that I would say. So I would say something for 5 minutes long. They would copy a little part of what I say, cut out the rest, copy a little part what I say, mix it all together to make it sound like I said something I totally didn't say. And that, sadly, is the way life is. I believe we are living in a time where there is no respect for right and wrong. And what do we do about that? Well, we can pray about it, but prayer and action. I believe that it's important to act upon things and to be taking care of your own home. You know, so many times people talk about, you know, the family unit, and what happens in the family unit can make a big difference in the world that we live in. And if the family unit is together and united, then their children are grown up stronger and the right and wrong is taught to them. I'm not saying that means it's perfect. There are children that always stray, you know, I understand that. But the foundation, what is our foundation? Where did we come from? What is our roots? What is our belief system? And I'm not afraid to share what I believe, because what I believe is righteousness. So if you look in the Bible and you read the Bible, that's what I believe. But there are people that don't believe things. We are at a point where we are divided. I could get really strong and say we're divided, the rights and the wrongs and the rights. You know, I could say all of these things, but that doesn't really matter what I think. But what I do does matter. And if I can help somebody out there with my daily videos, showing daily things what I'm doing, to be more self-sufficient, to be more proactive in our own home life, because I do believe that we are living in end times. People believed that back in 1942. I understand that. People believe that since the dawn of time. I understand that. But there is so much happening so quickly that what I'm trying to do is make a place here where I'm not so reliant on the decisions of the politics of people. Next weeks, you're going to see a lot of stuff happening here at our home. But it's not out of fear, because fear doesn't do anything. And fear just makes you freeze, makes you panic, makes you sleepless. But if you can do it in a way that is like a challenge. And at this point, we need our preps. I'm glad we are prepping. I used to say years ago, what is it gonna hurt if you prep? And you know, you never really need it. I mean, you just spent your life working hard, doing things, and being busy. But we need our preps. It ain't gonna get any better anytime soon. And no matter what happens in November, it's not gonna get better anytime soon. Yes, we have the opportunity for things to go back. Yes, we have an opportunity for things to be better. We do have that opportunity. But you see, we are so divided that we will never be united again. And it's impossible to be united anymore. And that is simply because there is so much difference in the thinking. You know, back 100 years ago, the thinking was more the same. And now we have such a split in the thinking. It's almost like a church that has split. I used to go to a church that had 800 people every single day. Then all of a sudden, there was a big controversy in the church, and the church split, like totally split. And all of a sudden, one day, we had less than 400, and then after a couple weeks, we had 200, and it split to the point where it's not many anymore. And that is what's happening to our nation. We are being split. We're just being broken in half. And the changes are so different of thinking that we can't ever be back together again. So I am weighing my words. I am trying to weigh my words because I am not a controversial person. And I try to always be the kind of person that is kind to everyone. But I do believe, and these are my beliefs, we all have an opinion. When you clicked on this video and you started hearing what I was going to say, you have two choices. You can continue to hear what I have to say, or you can click off this video. There's no debate on my channel. So if you want to come on and debate about things, your comment will be deleted. This is just my thoughts and my perspective. This morning my husband got up and said, we're done for. I don't see it in that way because this is what I see. I see it that we are in this season, in this time, for a reason. There's no winners, there's no losers. If things don't go the way we want it to, then God is calling us for a different reason. If things happen the way we want it to, then God's calling us for another reason. No matter what happens, God is calling us for a reason in this season, for this time. You see, God doesn't make mistakes. If you're here and I'm here and we're here to see historical things happen, we are here for a reason. What is my reason? I know as clear as day what my reason is. And my reason here is to be showing you skills, showing you what we are doing on our homestead, what we are doing in our life, to prepare for the decisions of people that we have no control over. But we have control over the decisions that we make. And for us, it is getting our hearts, our minds, our physical bodies prepared for the things that may come our way, that have come our way, that continue to come our way. It's not a matter of if. It is now things are coming our way. We go to the grocery store. You hardly buy any food, and you have a $100 bill. You go to the gas station. You hardly buy any gas. Typically, historically, things don't really get much better. I'll try to say this in the right way. I'm smiling because I know that God has me here for a reason. It's not about the quantity of people. It's about the quality of what I want to share with all of you. And that's what it's about. And if I can give you an encouragement, that's what I'm here for. So with the debate, it made my road so much clearer. You know, with the debate, I know exactly where God wants me to be. That is my calling. That's what I feel God wants me to be. I'm not here to dictate to you what you need to do or what you should be or how you should conduct yourself or what you should do. I'm here under the convictions the Lord gave me, and I'm going to show you those convictions, and whatever you choose to do, that's with you. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.